Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this evening's broadcast, the Prime Time Racing League at Talladega. This is race number 3 of 3. The championship will be dealt with, and we'll figure it out this evening. Stay tuned. Only 4 of the drivers in this race can win the championship with the whole knockout system that they got going. I think we went to, what did we do? We went from 16 to 8 to 4. Now, there can only be one, and we will find out who that one is this evening. Of course, it is August 15th, 2025. My name is Blaine Donald, and I'm here alone this evening. And we're going to make it happen. It's all fine and dandy. Thank you very much for watching Tarnation TV. And hopefully tonight, these races have been fantastic. The last couple of weeks have been great. Last week, a wild finish ended up changing everything at the last second. Like Brian Rawson was able to navigate an accident and actually keep his championship dreams alive. And we got a full server here tonight again. Looks like we got 28 connected right now. And all of the top dogs are here. So this should be really, really good. Right now the boys are in practice mode, getting ready to go to qualifying. So we should be going green here, probably within the next 15 minutes or so. Here at prime time, they qualify at 9 o'clock, so a little bit of a later race. But we can handle that. It's a Friday night. Hope you're having a good one. Let me see, here's some stats. Now prime time goes into playoff mode. So they have their knockout playoff style knockouts, which is great because it comes right down to the last lap no matter what. But they also still track the points too, so I'll roll the points right now. It's always cool to see how many laps guys are leading, how many points they have, and if the guys aren't in the race for the championship, they still, accumulate points for showing up. So there's always a reason to come here. You're not going to clinch 4 races in advance, which is fine. There's all kinds of different ways the leagues will run their playoffs, and it's a great community, and everybody comes up with their own thing. So yeah, here at prime time we do the knockout. So tonight you will see the 4 drivers: Brian Lovell, Graham McDonald, Denny Carroll, and Brian Rawson. One of those guys will win the championship this evening. All I have to do is finish in front of the other 3 people to do so. So we could have a winner and a champion. The champion could win the race, and that would keep it very simple. Either way, we'll talk to everybody once the race is done. 76 laps is what they run here. And because I'm running solo broadcast tonight, we'll lean on some background music just in case I need to take care of some stuff behind the scenes. I'll be able to dance around with that. They're just wrapping up practice. I'm going to say we could go to a live shot here, but this will probably end fairly soon. Either way, up in the top right of the screen, you'll see the chase drivers. The number 6, which is Brian Rawson, the number 24, which is Graham McDonald, the number 41, which is Denny Carroll, and the number 44, which is Brian Lovell. Right hand corner at the top there. So as you watch the tickers scroll across, you can kind of... I wish I could figure out a way to get those guys to stay up there all the time, what position they would be in. Problem is, because as the stats change, stuff moves around, so it's kind of tough to pull it off. I know there'd be a way to do it if you know how to do all your coding and stuff. Holy smokes. All right, we're just watching. Thank goodness it's practice, because that would have been the end of Ken Roberts' race, I think.
Drivers, to your cars.
Thanks again for watching. Friday night Super Speedway Truck Series here at Primetime Racing League. All of the links and whatnot below. I'm pretty sure I put their website down in there in the description. Bulldog Speed. Hope you're feeling better. Blame missed you Tuesday on Maverick. Yeah, we've been flawlessly calling Mavericks races every Tuesday here at Tarnation TV, but it was really, really hot on Tuesday, and I work for FedEx Express, so we're out there trucking, and just didn't eat enough snacks and drink enough Gatorade. When I got home, I went into a heat stroke situation where I had to take like an 11-hour nap to shake it off so I could go back to work the next day, and it was bad because it was Indianapolis too. They were racing at Indy, so I feel bad that I had to pull the plug on that broadcast. I texted Ben early and let him know that I might be able to sleep it off before it actually started. I got home a little bit earlier, but that didn't happen. It's happened to me before. Sometimes it's just so hot out, and depending on what you got to do, you know, being a courier, you never know what's going to be on your truck. That day was a lot of heavy stuff, and you know, I don't overdo it. I'm never in full sprint mode. I just kind of pick through the day, but it just got me. Of course, I felt fine all day. When I got home is when I got sick. It's like, come on. You don't want to be sick when you're at home. I'll work sick. But you want to get on here and you want to broadcast some races. I should qualify. I should not qualify. I should abort that so they don't have to wait for me. So yeah, Primetime Racing League operates 3 nights of the week. Friday, right now, you're watching the Truck Series on Friday nights. Tomorrow, Flat Out Racing Network and Seth Cole and his group, they will broadcast the Saturday Series. And there's also a Sunday Series. So if you want to get out and do some racing, lots of room in all these leagues to do so. And this is a good one. You can tell by that list scrolling up and down your screen right there. A lot of top-level drivers doing some top-level racing. We've had some amazing races here the last couple of Fridays, just because, you know, you log a lot of laps. These guys run a 76-lap race. I think in the first race we had a couple of yellows, and then last week we only had 3 or 4, or vice versa. There has not been a lot of caution flag laps at prime time the last 2 Fridays. So it's very, very good. Green flag pit stops. Flawless, really. And sometimes yellow flags come out on the last lap, so it'll still count as a yellow, even though that technically is still a full speed lap to end the race. So it's actually even less. Qualifying right now, we're watching, it looks like Ryan Lovell so far has the pole position. Then again, these guys will go around twice around this track. Primetime Super Speedway, a version of Talladega, located in Austell, Georgia. Retextured by John Godfrey himself. That's why we get these cool walls out here. That's what we can do. While we're waiting, take a tour of the facility. In reverse. Talladega is a very unique track, super speedway style. And John Godfrey was nice enough to retexture this for primetime racing. And he also stuffed a couple of Tarnation TV things in here too, which is super cool to see, with some silly logo that I designed in about 3 seconds actually showing up all over the place in here is pretty neat. So thanks, John, for all the hard work you do, all the guys who mod and sound packs and tracks and textures and mods. It's just so cool. I'll set these cameras up here so we can get a good look at pit lane entrance and exit, because the stock cameras are not my favorite. Is anybody out on the track right now? There's Pat McCarskey. Get somebody to take us around here. As we warm up in happy hour, these guys will come out on the track, practice some pits. 4 minutes remain in happy hour, then we will be going green. We will head out onto the pace lap. I'll go through the field. If I can pull it off, I should be able to. So we can turn that music down. That's the thing. I got to keep an eye on the music, because I actually can't hear it. It's going into the broadcast. I got to make sure I keep an eye on my levels. You'll see in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, David Bones Cannon passed away there last week ago, and one of the top dogs at one of the original owners and guys who got it all rolling at rollingthundergaming.com. I like to say, too, Flat Out Racing Network on that Thursday when they do their tally challenge, just last minute, it organically turned into a tribute race for Cannon because it's Thursday, and that's when he passed away, and they were able to pull off a flawless broadcast. Very, very cool over at Flat Out Racing. There's Denny Carroll out there. You can see the green spoiler on the back of the truck. Makes it much easier for the broadcasters to tell who's in the chase. There's only 4 of these guys on track right now. Mike Mangialardi on pits. Ulysses Sandoval. Terry Bombard's out there. Then a green spoiler on the back of Graham McDonald's truck. There's Bailey Ellisar. The mellow yellow 26. Ken Huntsberry is out here again. Last week, got into a little bit of an issue early. Didn't take a lot of damage and was able to continue, but it's not fun when you're out there on lap 1 at the tail end of the pack and you got tangled up. Spun out a little bit, but Brian Level of 44, another green spoiler. There's Randy Waugh and Doug Hulick. Currently showing 29 drivers online. This should be a good race every Friday night. People want to come out and do some racing. Many, many great leagues. This mod we are running this evening is the Camping World Series 2015 truck mod. A fan favorite of the truck mods. The 2009 truck mod's really cool too. And I'm thinking somebody's got to be working on a new truck mod because the NASCAR just... they've got a new design now, so I'm sure there's a mod team working on that somewhere. There's Tim Anderson. He was out early last week as well. Followed there by Ken Roberts. Robert Spring in the 74. It's a new name out on the track. Probably not new to the sim, just new to my eyes. 74 of Robert Spring. Running a Smurfs truck. Right on. Craig Hagley in the 82 out there. As always, let's see. Yeah, as always, we've got 76 laps on the board. 2 times frequency means we'll probably see about a lap 18, 19, 20. They'll probably be coming down if they run green the whole time. That'll be your fuel window, 19 laps or so. In a 76-lap race, we'll be definitely having to pit a few times. Strategy will come into play. Tires aren't usually an issue here. This track is a version that's been retextured many times because it's a 3-lane version. You get absolutely phenomenal 3-wide racing here in combination with this setup under the hood. The amount of tweaks these guys go through too. Like, I was never really much of a setup guy. Like, I understand some stuff, but the garage in this simulator is just that. It's a deep... It's crazy. You can adjust spring tensions and all kinds of things.
Drivers,
is this backwards?
to your car.
It says backwards. That's fine. My stats are backwards. Okay, so I'm hoping that... I don't know what it is with the truck mod, but it does like to crash sometimes at the start of these races. I said it out loud this time, so hopefully we'll be okay. Let's go through the field here. Full parade lap. And let's make sure you can see what I'm doing. Let's see here. We got the 44, Brian Lovell, taking the pole position this evening. So row number 1 consists of the 44 and the 38 of Rodney Sullins. Get the camera moving here. Greg Lovell, row 2 with Randy Waugh. Dan Lovell, row 3 with Craig Hagley. Doug Hulick, row 4 with Greg Palmer. Tim Anderson, row 5 with Bob Dixon. Ken Roberts, Brian Rawson, Robert Breedlove, Denny Carroll, Graham McDonald, Mike Mangialardi, Mark Paglia, Dennis McCarthy, Ken Hunsbury, Pat McCarsky again. Didn't I just say that? Billy Ellisor, Robert Spring, Pat McCarsky, Ken Hunsbury again. Sometimes they flip-flop positions here. There's Robert Spring in the 74. We were looking at him a little bit ago. Behind him, Kelly Causey and Ulysses Sandoval. Terry Bombard. And Gary Heiser. And the pace truck, which will momentarily move out of the way and we'll get this thing rolling. Right on schedule. A 9:15 was when we go green, and it is exactly that. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. We got Packerstown in the YouTube channel, so he's stuck at work. Good luck to the championship drivers. That's Alex Moe. Couldn't make the race tonight. But it looks like he's watching, so he's at work, but he's cheating a little bit. He's got the race on. Thank you for your sacrifice, sir. Green flag in the air, and away we go. Brian Lovell leading this group. Now, like I said before, this is a 3-lane version of this track, so it usually doesn't take these guys too long to get this thing figured out. Also, thank you to Graham McDonald, Keith Bynum, and his whole staff for, of course, getting Tarnation TV to broadcast these races. It's always super fun. And as these things get wound up here, I did have that stat. After playoff race 1 and 2, only 12 of the 152 laps that we've run were under yellow. That just tells you right there, this is some great racing. Makes the job of the broadcasters very easy. Like I say, it doesn't take these guys long to go 3 wide. We've already got Brian Rawson back there starting up a 3rd groove. Looks like he's followed by McCarthy and... McCarthy... That's... I'm going to mess this up. McCarthy and McCarsky. I'm going to say that name twice all night. Like we were saying last week, Brian Rawson at the last minute wasn't actually in contention from where they were running on the last lap to be part of this Final Four. He was just outside of that bubble, but then an accident happened, took everybody out. He was just in the right spot at the right time, capitalized on it, and here we are. Continues to roll with that green spoiler on there, so has a chance to win tonight. Just got to make sure the other 3 green spoilers are behind you when we go over that start-finish line at the end of this thing. Once we complete the 76th lap, you want to be in front of the rest of those guys. Or just win the race altogether. Rodney Sullivan's your race leader, followed by Randy Waugh. Craig Hagley right behind him. Greg Palmer and Kim Roberts. Low line being led by Brian Lovell. Get this camera on the side here. This is a cool spectator cam. Gives you a real good look at the bump drafting. So you got Brian, Greg, and Dan down there on the bottom. They're waiting for that gap to close. You can see the gap back to that 33 of Tim Anderson. Once Tim gets up there with those other guys behind him, that bottom line is going to start moving. Just resetting the ticker options here really quick. I just noticed that the 76 total was covered up by something else. This should fix it. This might take a second. Sometimes reboot the ticker like that takes a second to display laps. We're gonna see. We'll give it a shot. We're on lap 6 right now. Being led by Rodney Sullivan's Randy Waugh, Craig Hagley. Long race, you know, you're not going to see too many crazy moves right now out here. These guys have been doing this a long time, as you can tell. There's really no urge to start pushing it too early. I mean, they will flare out and go 3 wide, but that's nothing too crazy at Talladega Super Speedway. That's how you're supposed to run this track. What is going on with my ticker right now? Trying to get my lap counter working. You know what? Let's take care of this. There. Now it's working. Sometimes stuff gets out of sync, it doesn't line up properly, so I resynced it. Greg Lovell staying comfortably on the bottom, right down there behind Brian Lovell. Got that Stone Gap crew rolling. Tim Anderson in the mix there with Denny Carroll. Currently your... Like those green spoilers, Brian Lovell currently the first one. Long way to go before the end of this deal, though. Some big news, too, on the Tarnation TV front. A couple weeks ago, we started talking with a certain league. They actually contacted me, which was very flattering. Rolling Thunder Gaming wants to partner up with Tarnation TV and bring us on board to broadcast some of their stuff. So, super honored to be able to do that for them. One of the longest running leagues in the sim. And then we're moving forward with that. Moving forward with them is going to be a ton of fun. much like most of these leagues, we come in here, we're broadcasting races with, 30 drivers plus. Like, these are some serious leagues. It's always cool to be in partnership with a new one. Rolling Thunder Gaming is definitely not new, but the fact that they've exclusively used Flat Out Racing Network for a very long time and they're wanting to switch it up a bit is kind of flabbergasting to me. So thank you very much, RollingThunderGaming.com, for showing interest in the product. Try to up the game a little bit. Kind of watched what everybody else was doing and stole some things and changed some stuff. And in cahoots with Talladega Nights, we sort of just started throwing all kinds of stuff at the wall to see what would stick, and made it up as we went, and hopefully came up with something unique and cool. And now one of the biggest leagues in the community has reached out to us and wants us to do some stuff. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully within the next month or two, we'll have, links and graphics and broadcasts, and it'll be super, super cool. I've seen a lot of movement from the 82. I'm not sure if that's maybe my internet connection or if he's just kind of peeking out. I wonder sometimes when you run tucked in behind some people, sometimes you watch the engine temperature. It might be overheating. It's never really an issue, but there are those times in the sim where just weird stuff happens. Like, I've had races where I'm cooking right front tires and I have no idea why. Like, I should be able to run 30 laps on these tires, but every 12 I'm going in for right sides because I'm just somehow destroying the right front. There's just an issue with the car. Maybe they overheat a little bit. Craig might be stepping that thing out to get some air into it. Yeah, the wheel problem happened to me once or twice. It's been a while since it did. I just couldn't figure out why. Because we always run a fixed setup. Most leagues will run... I'll run in leagues with fixed setups. That top line is boogieing. We will be nearing pit stops soon. And you're going to see this line right here focused on Randy Waugh and the 21 or the 38 of Roddy Sutherland's leading this pack. They're going to want to move down probably in the next couple of laps. You'll see them slide to the bottom because that's where they're going to want to be to make sure they get down to pit road. Now, if that whole row wants to go, they're going to have to clear that 41, and he's coming on the bottom. Fantastic look here down the back straightaway as a spectator cam will show you these bump drafts. Great bump by Hagley coming off the corner there. That'll keep that line in front. It really has a lot to do with that initial bump. Coming out of turn 2 onto the back straightaway, that initial push, if you can get it to happen sooner than later, you'll be bumping each other the whole way down. Sometimes you can give them a swat like 3 or 4 times. SMO Gaming's watching this evening. And so's Keith Bynum. Out at the lake. Why are you watching Tarnation TV? Oh, I guess it's your league. I guess you kind of have to. You don't have to, though, Keith. You can enjoy your time at the lake. You don't need to log into YouTube and watch the NASCAR broadcast. Thank you for doing so, though. Again, that's the fact that people even want to hear me ramble on and then watch this stuff. I understand wanting to watch this stuff. But hear me talk? Well, thank you. I am definitely no Seth Cole. That guy's got statistics for days. I've got statistics for minutes. I've got them all written down, too, on a piece of paper. The last 3 races we've broadcasted here, this one being race number 3. Championship will be decided this evening. There they go, moving down to the bottom. Setting up, not right now, but they will be going in probably in the next 2 or 3 laps. Some crazy stats from last week. Where's Rawson? Brian Rawson in that 6 truck, he actually qualified 30th. So he probably opted out of qualifying. Ended up finishing 4th. Yeah, and Alex Moe was in the same boat. Robert Breedlove as well. He started in 6th and actually finished in 24th. So Breedlove actually went backwards. The big movers and the shakers. Sometimes, those gains are crazy where a guy can start way at the back like that and somehow find their way to the front. But, a 76-lap race is a good chunk. A lot of time to pull some stuff off. This high line here, I wonder if they're going to run the same pit strategy. A lot of times, Bob Dixon's out there. He's definitely going to go early. Dixon's currently running in 16th. Where's Bob? 43. There he is. I say he's usually coming down pit road a couple laps before everybody else. Always, always, always. So that's how you know in the next couple laps these guys will pit. And it gets kind of hectic, so it's a good strategy for Bob. If something happens in this main pack going into pit, he's nowhere near it. If a yellow comes out, he's right back in it again. And when you pit by yourself, especially at Talladega Superspeedway or any speedway really, drafting is a big deal. Daytona as well. You're not getting the optimum speed. Like right now, these guys are doing 199 miles an hour into that turn. If you're by yourself, then you're probably doing about 180, 181. It's a big deal when you're talking about 20 miles an hour. And you need about 4 or 5 cars to be able to pull that off. 2 or 3 can't really get to that top speed. Top speed right now, the race, the fastest lap is Kelly Causey with a 200.262 mile per hour. Already, and we're only 19 laps into this thing. That's a 47.77 second lap. Here they come. Oh, it looks like, good save by Ulysses. McCarthy looks like he got a hold of him. And now pack number 2 is going to have to come down. They might not be able to make it around if they don't go now. You can string these things out. You can definitely prolong your fuel mileage, but Craig Hagley, that's what they call hot pitting. And that's what they call driving across the grass. I'm going to watch that one. Hagley might get caught for speeding on that one. He locked him up something crazy, and the brakes were working, but the car wasn't slowing down. So that might be an issue. You know what? Let's crank it up. Inside the 82 truck. Hopefully nobody got seasick for me doing all them camera moves. We were riding along a little bit with everybody on that one. Flawless pit stops. And I don't know, but Hagley did not get black flagged for that pit stop. So, hey, let it rip. It's the thing though, like the guys say, as long as you're on the brakes, it doesn't seem to really... If you stay on the brakes and you get it underneath that speed limit and you can kind of compensate and sort of put yourself where you should have been, it'll kind of like maybe just go a couple mile an hour slower. The game sometimes won't penalize you. After that cycle of pit stops at 21 of Randy Wise in front of Rodney Sullins. Rodney doing something different on the back of that car? No, maybe not. Oh, it was the tail lamp. I thought it said something else. And this kind of angle here, you can really see how close these guys get, especially onto the back straightaway. Now these guys aren't in contention for the championship, but everybody out here races to win. Currently showing a lap down cars. Mark Paglia 4 laps down. Dennis McCarthy 1 lap down. Ulysses Sandoval is also 1 lap down. Paglia is pitting. The 28 truck stuck in the pits. So far, everyone is still running. Denny Carroll is now being credited with the fastest lap so far on the night. Yeah, that's right. Kelly Causey had a 200 point, can't remember what it was, 200 mile an hour lap average. Denny Carroll now has a 201.1 mile an hour. 201.176 miles per hour average from line all the way around to line. That's an average speed around 2.66 miles of this Talladega Superspeedway. Sorry, Primetime Superspeedway. And you can see our chase guys. 3 of them in a row right there. The 6, the 41, and the 24. The 44 of Brian Lovell is currently being shown in 10th position. And it's not over till I say it's over. Thanks again, everybody, for watching Tarnation TV. Of course, we got a schedule, which usually is the V key, but in this league it's not. Where did I put my schedule? Right there. Upcoming events here on the channel. SMO Gaming Simulations. Their 15th annual Hawk Tribute Race at Michigan coming up on Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And the Tuesday after that, on the 19th of August, we're back at the Maverick Cup Series at Michigan again. We're going to run some Michigan this week. Then the following Sunday, August 24th, we are back at the ASR Superspeedway Series for the final race of Season 1 in Talladega. That broadcast starts at 7:30 p.m. And a couple days after that, which will be the Tuesday, the 26th, Watkins Glen will do some road course in the Maverick Cup Series. Keith Bynum is on the porch watching the Braves game. I started to pop into your channel, but decided to leave you alone. Oh, Oh, TeamSpeak has an app. I did not know that. I think I did know that. I didn't know it worked that good. I mean, it must. It's been around long enough. It should work. You can see Mark Paglia back on the track there now. He's about 5 laps down. Probably going to go 6 laps down now. I wonder if... let me see if I can find out what happened to Paglia. He might have got caught in... He's coming out of the pits on lap 21. He's coming out of the pits on lap 22. I wonder if he got caught. I didn't see that penalty pop up on my stats. He got caught for speeding, maybe? No. Oh, right. He got bumped. Okay. We found it. I'll show it to you here. I remember, I forgot that this happened. It happened to Paglia. He got bumped at a line there in the pits and was forced to go back around again. So that'll put you way behind, especially under green flag conditions. So not damaged too much. He'll be able to keep speed. There he is there doing about 199. As long as he's in the draft. Now the problem is 6 laps is a lot of laps to try to make up here. Especially because the race is so good here. The only way he's going to get those laps back is if he's lucky dog, and the only way you're going to get that is if there's yellow flags, and that does not happen very often at Primetime Racing League. Hence the name of the league being called Primetime Racing League. It's primetime, baby. Focus on the 23 there of Doug Hewlick. And we got that second pack back there, too. You can see them coming. Led by Brian Lovell, Greg Lovell. The number 3 of Gary Heiser, Tim Anderson, Terry Baumgart, Pat McCarskey, Craig Hagley, and Kelly Causey making that pack. This is pack number 2, currently focused on the 44, Brian Lovell in 9th position. So we can show you the interval at the line. You'll see position 9 there is 3.2 seconds away from the leader. Are they closing? Yes. They are now 2.8 seconds away from the leader. Now we've got 8 cars in a row. 8 cars. 8 trucks in a row. Moving at top speed. 200 mile an hour, 201. That lead truck of Brian Lovell right there the whole way down that back straightaway. 201 miles an hour. And they will be able to latch on to the draft of Ulysses Sandoval. Even though Sandoval's a lap down, he's still able to keep pace. Now in that black box at the top left of your screen, you can see the 44 truck is 2.8 seconds behind the leader, which now changes to 2.2. Slowly but surely, pack number 2 will catch. Oh, what is going on here? Everybody got flared out. Something happened and I missed it. Speed it up a little bit here. Something happened and flared that pack up. Oh, it looks like Rawson had an internet problem. Yeah, and he pulled out a line. A little bit of an internet spike and the truck sweeping back and forth. That's unfortunate. Yeah, so that broke up the pack. He's in 14th currently. No damage, just had to jump out of the pack there because it was going to cause an issue with the sweeping The internet problem there. Keep in mind here now that Randy was currently your leader and leader of the most laps. Rodney Sellens had 16 laps led. Randy now has 18. And as always, when we're focused on Randy Wow, we got to say hi to Corey. Benjamin Snyder in the YouTube chat. Decent turnout. Yes, sir. 26 trucks started the race this evening. We've got line number 2 starting there. Looks like Ulysses Sandoval jumps out. Reminder, he is 1 lap down. But not damaged, clearly. After the pit cycle, Ulysses kind of got... I think before the pit cycle, he was actually a lap down too, though. It wasn't the cause. There was nothing on the pit cycle that he got stuck in. It's hard to keep an eye on different aspects of the race when you're calling a race by yourself. There's a lot of things can happen off the screen, kind of behind the scenes, that I'm not really going to see if we focus on lead pack the whole time. There we go. We're under green flag pit situation again. Did I line that camera back up? No, I did not. Dynamic pit lane camera view. Mike Mangialardi and Robert Spring, and we got Ken Huntsberry and Billy Ellisor coming in. Here's the main pack. Oh, Greg Level hot pit, and that's how you do it, though, ladies and gents. Just in case you were wondering, gee, I wonder how to do that properly. Greg just showed you how. Oh, we just drove over our camera. It'll be all right. It's not Fisher Price stuff. Here at Tarnation TV, we use the good stuff. As Greg Lovell comes out of the pits in 4th. For now, anyway. That pack is going to catch him. He needs a push. Who's back there pushing? Nobody. Nobody's pushing. How dare they? Oh, they will be, though. But as they come back around after some more green flag pit stops there, right around lap number 40. Black flag being shown to the 97 of Pat Makarski after that last cycle. So Pat will have to pit under green flag conditions if it's a speeding penalty, which it probably is. That'll be a drive-through. So he's got to get her down to pit lane. 55 miles an hour. Not take service. He has 3 laps to do so. Clearly that lap, he opted not to do it. If you go 3 laps, they will black flag you. Greg Palmer is currently in first. I was focused on the wrong pack. Oh, there it has reset. All right, this was the lead pack. Randy Waugh with the 41 right behind him. Denny Carroll, Rodney Sullins, and Graham McDonald. Oh, there's the camera thing. I guess we should be inside the camera thing. And again, you can see that second pack. They're going to start gaining because once they catch that draft at McDonald's truck, it's go time. Another fanning out yellow flag in the air. We'll load up the replay and see what happened there. All right. Oh, we have a truck on its side. It looks like Greg Lovell from the 11th spot in this replay. How did I miss that? Greg Lovell on the top side there beside Craig Hagley. So I don't know. See, and on my screen, I'm seeing a little bit of a jitter. That means there might be an internet issue. I put it in slow motion here. Yeah, he just gets tapped. Just a little bit of a tap from that inside line, Hagley and Palmer combined. That's not really how you're supposed to drive a truck, but he got it back on his wheels. That's a lot of damage on the back of that thing. Maybe not, actually. Let's go back live mode again. We'll watch Greg. So under yellow for the first time this evening. He's sitting there. Okay. It might have been, when he got tires, it might have been a bit of a penalty, maybe? I'm not sure what that was. Or maybe they were just fixing the damage. From what I could see, it didn't look like there really was any damage. Well, it's not Greg's first day, so he's far from out of this thing. More stats from previous races currently on your screen right now. Craig Hagley actually is getting credit for leading that lap, but they are coming into the pits. In race number 1, 29 drivers started the race, 23 finished. And race number 2, 27 started the race, 21 finished. Weird, eh? I thought that was weird. I put that up there because I thought it was kind of strange. Where you've got each number's off by 2. So we had 26 start the race, So does that mean, what would that be? So does that mean 20 are going to finish? Everybody's still running. Black flag to Craig Hagley. Uh-oh. Craig Hagley being caught with a black. Not sure. That might have just been... That might be cleared, actually. They might clear that one. Sometimes under yellow, it's just one of them things. I don't know. They pop up funny. Aw, shucks, guys, in the YouTube channel. Floyd Studios and Jeffrey Elliott. Saying how good I'm doing. All by myself. Go, Randy. Thanks for pushing me to the win last night. Yeah, Jeffrey Elliott won at Talladega Nights. No, which one say Talladega Nights? Talladega... The Talladega Challenge at Rolling Thunder Gaming. Every Thursday with knockout qualifying to fill that server up. 40 or 41 people started that race. And Jeff ended up winning it. And thanks, Brian Han Solo, tonight for blaming and killing it. Thanks, buddy. Join us not this Sunday, but the Sunday after. When we return to Brian's series at ASR to wrap that thing up. Here at Prime Time, we've got the green spoilers on the trucks, so we know who's in the playoffs and who's getting knocked out. Brian's league doesn't do that. He just went back to old school points tracking, so it'll come right down to the final race to see who wins that series. Greg Level, quick little pit stop there. Out of the pits, and he will be 18th position on the grid. Let's check to see where our chase guys are. The 6 of Brian Rawson currently running in 11th. The 24th of Graham McDonald currently running 7th. The 41 of Denny Carroll currently running in 3rd. And the 44 of Brian Level currently running in 1st. Lights are off on the pace truck. First place position is usually on the left lane. Well, the leader gets lane choice, so the 44 decided to swap with 21. So the 6th being in 11th is the farthest back of our championship contenders. These guys come out here. We're halfway through this race. We've only had one yellow flag. As the pace truck gets ready to get out of the way here, we're going to restart this thing at lap 47. And they definitely will need to pit one more time. And probably... yeah, they shouldn't have to pit twice. I don't see anybody needing to pit 2 more times, but of course it depends on possible damage, stuff like that. Green flag in the air. Now the 44 chose that high line. The 21 has enough room to actually move up there if he wants. And there comes that high line. You see that push. Rodney Sullins, Ken Roberts, and Greg Palmer gained about 2 or 3 car lengths. Truck lengths? Vehicle lengths? I'm surprised that Randy actually didn't move up. into that middle line because they got such a good start. Randy Waugh and Denny Carroll got such a good start. He could have bailed on Denny, but he stuck with him. Of course, why not do some three-wide racing? Back there with Craig Hagley and the 28 of Mark Paglia starting a third line. Kelly Causey bringing up the rear there. We'll see the movement here now. Just a gaggle. An absolute cluster. A gathering. A congress. A parliament. A flock. We'll just go through all the groups. I'm missing about 60 of them, but either way. Oh, look at that. Whew. Bob Dixon got a little bit out of lane. Look at Doug Hulick move from the bottom to the top. He really wanted to find that 82. Well, let's see if that works for him. He was on the bottom lane and found his way to the top lane in less than about 3 seconds right there. So let's see if that's... because that bottom line, look at that bottom line. Look at that push up to the 21 there. Perfect timing right into the corner. Okay, 1 second. I got to back that up one lap. Okay, so seeing if Doug Hulick... Yep, he went from 11th to 8th. I have a feeling this is the lane to watch. I don't know why Doug made that look so smooth, and now I just want him to go right to the front. To be able to transfer 3 lanes like that, and you're talking 26 trucks on the track right now. Everybody's on the lead lap except for Mark Paglia. He is 5 laps down, so he did get one of his laps back. He was 6 or 7 laps down, so he did get some of his laps back, but after that mishap on the first green flag pit stop being shoved into the grass, that's obviously cost him dearly. That's not just missing the pits, that's missing the pits, trying not to wreck it, and trying to get out of the grass and back on the track and go all the way back around and come back again under green. He lost a lot of time. Tim Anderson in the 33 last week was out. Oh, that's getting really tight up there. Those guys did a good job keeping that together. The 33 of Tim Anderson was out really early last week. Tim and Garland Oakes were out of the race last week, I think within the first 5 to 10 laps. So, and Garland isn't even here tonight. It's awesome to see Tim trucking 52 laps into this unit. And what a mint unit it is. Your race leader, the 44, holding strong up there with the 38, the 55, the 22, pushing them, bombarding the number 10, Denny Carroll behind them. Right to our Mr. Tim Anderson. The 21 of Waugh goes to the bottom, but he's got no help. He will have help, but not immediate help. This 3-groove track is pretty amazing, though. You really can drive anywhere on this thing. Unlike that right there, though, you get hung down in the bottom. It looks like the 388 of Dan Level is kind of stuck down there by himself. Unfortunately, there he goes. Bob Dixon let him in. Bob Dixon let him in, and I think that's Pat McCarskey behind Bob, so they got him back in line. They can tighten it up and see if they can get that low line working again, or maybe just stay in the middle. They might choose to stay in the middle. I mean, I don't know. Why not go for it, right? That's what Randy says. 21 going low, nobody going with him. I would. Why not go to the 21? 21 has 21 laps led in this race. He does. He actually has 21 laps led in this race. He still leads the most laps so far in this race. The only one that can catch that is Rodney Sullins, currently running second place. He has 16 laps led. And of course, Brian Lovell has led 8. Moving to the top. Ken Roberts. A little bit of shake and bake right there. Slides it out to the high line. Palmer says, okay. Rawson's right there. Championship contender number 44. Brian Lovell leading this thing. A good spot to be when you... What lane's he going to pick? See, Brian's got a good lane, though. They can maintain that center. You're going to force those guys on the right of you to use the super high line. They're not going to get out of that middle lane. They're going to stay in that middle lane. They're going to inch forward a little bit, but that may not last. They might actually be able to pull it off next time around. I'll leave it on this camera because this one will show the best. Oh, they're getting squirrely back there. Robert Breedlove get a little bit wiggly. Doing some 3-wide stuff back there. Ken Roberts will get credit for that lap. And he will lead his second lap of the evening. Randy Waugh has 21 laps led. Yeah, actually, he's just increased from 19th position up to 17th. I actually watched that stat change. Rodney Sullins has 16 laps led. 9 led by Brian Lovell, 3 by Greg Palmer, 2 by Ken Roberts, 2 by Kelly Causey. And Denny Carroll and Craig Hagley each have a lap led as well. Bonus points really don't matter since this is the final race, but they still do track the stats, so they do matter. Every point matters. This is all of the 55 sees out of his reading here. I'm running the Gander Outdoor Sports banners on the windows of these things. It might be fun to detach you can detach the camera from the car. I don't know if you want me to do it. Well, let's do it. Graham McDonald currently running in 14th. Ryan Rawson currently running in 3rd. Denny Carroll currently running in 7th. And the 44 of Brian Lovell is now in 4th. Lots of action going on up here at the front of this thing. As Brian was leading this, it's door to door with the 6th of Rawson. They've been trading positions back and forth. Now he's actually running the low line, so that whole lane's just sort of shifted. They were able to kind of... Oh, no, they're still sort of claiming that middle. Yeah, but they're down on that low line now. Rawson was able to clear the 44 and would now be your lead truck in the final 4. With Brian Lovell, Graham McDonald, and Denny Carroll behind him, but not by much. Graham McDonald's the farthest away. He's in 12th spot. The other two guys are right in the review mirror, that's 6. And that's exactly where he's going to want to keep them. So this is a strategy game now, because you're surrounded by everybody on this track who obviously knows how to race Talladega, because this has been a phenomenal race so far. We've only had one yellow flag for 4 laps. You could really go anywhere. The question is, do they help you? Do they not help you? Are they running a line you want to run? There's all kinds of things. And yes, we just got reminded there by Robert Breedlove and company that, yeah, we still got to pit one more time too. So let's throw that into the mix. Oh, all my muffins are in the fridge. I do have this mint thermos full of water though, so that's the closest I can get, I guess. Oh. Dog's awake. You've been sleeping the whole time, Bonkers. I can't let you out for a break now. If you hear a dog barking, it's my dog barking. To pit lane we go. Okay. 44 and the 41. The 24 and the 6 stayed out. As far as the trucks in championship contention. This pit stop will get everybody to the end of the race, as we can do about 19 laps on a tank of fuel. And there's only about 15 or so left. That's bad math. 14? 16. 33. Oh, the 6 and... Okay, this whole group stayed out again. The other pitting right now, right? Look. I can't let you out. Don't wag your tail. I'm very angry right now. They can hear you on here. The more you bark, the more that the broadcast can hear you barking. It's a good thing I got a limiter on my microphone. Where'd you go? Oh, the 6 truck. These guys got to go in this time. Let's go. Oh, gosh, it's so loud. Flawless pit stops under green as we grow closer and closer to the end of this thing. Oh, did Rawson... Did he get in? It looked like he may have been a little bit outside. It looks like he got it, though. He's getting service. That looked like to me on that angle that he may have missed his pit stall. 56 miles an hour. Ooh. Oh, and now I'm watching to see Gary Heiser has actually retired from the race. And the yellow flag is up. And everybody has already made their stops. Okay, so while we were checking out the pit stops under green, the 44 of Brian Lovell, one of your championship contenders here, got a... Oh, wow, the 41 bumped him. That's actually kind of wild how synchronized that was. That's unfortunate for the 44. He is now back in 20th spot. Oh, my. There was no black flags handed out after that pit stop. Hard break for the 44. The 41 looked like he hit him clean, too, but I guess it was just a matter of where everybody was situated. As they say, heartbreak for the 44. However, the yellow is out. Now, we have to keep in mind now, we get 10 laps to go. Yellow is out. Most of these guys made their pit stops already, so they're not going to have to go back in again. I don't know if the 44 is going to go. Even with the spinorama on those tires, he's probably fine on tires. And damage didn't look like it was that hard of an impact either. He might be able to get away with a wave around, because if he's in 20th, so all these guys right here, all these guys, so Pace Truck, 15th spot, 16th, 22nd, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20, 24, 21, 1. So Graham McDonald is your leader. Craig Hagley is second place. Third place is Rodney Sullins. So everybody in front of Graham, all those guys right there, are technically in a wave around position. Because of where the yellow fell, and the pace car trapped them between the leader and the pace truck. I'm thinking nobody here, other than maybe the 44. I mean, the 44 might need a damage repair. We'll see what happens. Oh, they decided to go. So he must need damage repair then. Because they would have got the wave around on that, and they would have been back on the lead lap. 9 laps to go. Very, very interesting. This is caution flag number 2 on the night. Now we run down your championship contenders. The number 6 currently scored in 5th. The number 24 currently scored in 1st. The number 41 currently scored in 13th. And the number 44 is 23rd. I'm pretty sure he's a lap down, though. That's a very, very bad break for Brian. It's crazy how fast stuff can change, though, man. Like, even last week, everything changed. Last week, everything changed on the last lap, coming out of the last corner, pretty much. So it's not over till it's over. With 23rd position minus 1 lap, Brian Lovell. So right now, I mean, if you're a Graham McDonald in the 24 truck, currently leading this thing, I think the lights on the pace truck are going to go out this time, and all these guys will go around. Ken Huntsbury, Ulysses Sandoval, Billy Ellis, or who's that? Mike Mangialardi, Pat McCarskey, Greg Lovell, Tim Anderson, and Robert Breedlove. Are currently still on the lead lap. Yeah. So they all opted for the wave around. And there goes your lucky dog of Brian Lovell. Sorry, that was Dan Lovell. Is there only one lucky dog? No, so Brian, yes, 2 lucky dogs. So Brian was lucky enough. Okay. Brian got the lucky dog. So he is back on the lead lap. All right then. So the 44 still has a chance. I forgot about that too. You've got the wave around trucks, but then he's probably looking at that going, okay, you could do the wave around or do the service and get the lucky dog. Same deal. You're back on the lead lap again. And you got to repair any damage that was done to that thing, get some fresh tires on it. Probably didn't need any gas. It doesn't really matter. He wouldn't have put gas in it though. It'd make the truck a bit heavier. I don't think it would really, something like that wouldn't really be a factor here at Talladega. On other tracks it would be. See back there, the wave around guys are coming in into formation. Pace truck is off. Lap number 70. We will be going green. Why not crank it up one more time, everybody? Turn up the stereo systems as loud as they can and enjoy this wicked sick sound pack, yo. Yeah, why not? Let's go 3 wide, boys. Up number 71 of 76. Graham McDonald currently leading this thing. He is the guy with the green spoiler on the truck. Brian Rawson is the closest to him. He is 2 trucks behind. The 38. And he's pinned in by Hewlick, Waugh, Hagley. Brian Rawson in that orange 6 can see Graham, but he's not going to be able to get to him. He's going to need to find a way up to that middle lane. It looks like he's actually trying to do it, actually. He did. He found a way up. Holy moly, the 6 found a way up to that high side. Huge bump to the 21, which pushes the 82 down in front. The 6 of the 24 going for this championship. The 82 just took over the lead. Door to door, the 24 and the 6. Now, Rawson decided to bail on that bottom line. He had to do something. So far, it looked like it worked. The question is now, where's he most comfortable? Middle line where he is now, high side's coming, or low line because he would be in front of Graham, and then Graham would have to find a way. Wow, the whole thing just changed. Last week, Rawson, down to the last second, a last lap accident, Rawson was able to navigate that and be one of the 4 moving on to this race. There could be only one now. We're looking at him currently. The 24 is the closest. The 41 is in 21st, and the 44 is in 16th. Randy Waugh leading the race. He will get most laps led this evening. That was lap number 22 led by him. 23? Something like that. Ken Roberts stuck right under the back of Brian Rawson. That middle line is tight, and they are on rails right now. See if we can find Graham. He's back there in 7th. He's going to have to do something to see if he can get to the front, to see if he can get back to Brian. There's only 2 laps left. Well, 1 3/4 now. Holy moly. Rawson to the high side, wrecking behind. This will be the end of the race. A race to the line as the yellow flag is out. This flag will end the race. The 21 and the 6 are door to door. The 6 is the... Wow, man. What a run. I wonder what would have happened, though, if we had one more lap. You always wonder what would have happened if we had one more lap. So the 21 takes the race. The 6 of Brian Rawson takes the championship. Wow. So the 21 takes the race. We'll have to give him the flag. So congratulations to Randy Waugh, your race winner. And the number 6 of Brian Rawson, your champion for season number 5, the Prime Time Racing League Friday night Super Speedway Truck Series. Another phenomenal race. 2 yellow flag, well, 3, because the third one ended the race. This is lap number 76. We got to remember, they got to get to the end of this thing. I put the flag in the hands of the 21 before he actually took the checkered flag. Hopefully I did not jinx it and his modem stays connected. Wouldn't that be something? Oh my God. Wouldn't that be something if Randy, the internet just disconnects? But I was holding the checkered flag. Yeah, no, but we had to take it back because the race wasn't done yet. There's another couple hundred feet. Hey, there's your race winner. Check that out. Okay, yeah, pretend I didn't do that last time. There it is. Let's remember what's going on here. The race isn't over till the checkered flag is out. Randy Waugh winning that thing, everybody giving him a rub. And then they're all going to give the rub to the 26, and everybody's going to crush. And calamity. That's how you do it. Look at, he's still holding the checkered flag. Awesome. Congratulations to Randy Wan, the 21. And congratulations to Brian Rawson in the 6 for winning the championship. I got ahead of myself. I've done it before. Where, yes, the race is over, but crazy things can happen before you take that checker. Even though you're under yellow, if a guy's computer decides to, lock up, that's considered a mechanical failure, man, and you don't win the race, even though it's under yellow, that the race technically isn't finished yet. I'm hoping we get some dueling burnouts. That's what I'm kind of waiting for right now. So let's see. We got the 6 right here. We got the 21. These guys will come to the start-finish line, I'm sure. This is prime time super speedway, and this is prime time real estate to do some burnouts, boys. You guys are making it tough on me. Trying to get everybody involved in this. This is your race winner, though. Your race winner, Randy Wan, the 21. And your championship winner, Brian Rawson in the 6. Well, we're going to head into post-race stuff right now. And we'll get to talk to these gents. And, talk about another great race. So we'll put on some tunes, we'll get everything saved up, and we'll see you guys back here in a minute or two. Ken Roberts, you got me, buddy.
Yes, sir, Blaine. How's it going?
Man, what an awesome race, man. This league's crazy. Just at the and it drives me crazy how you guys joined this server, because it was like 8 people in here. Until there's like 6 minutes to qualify, and then all of a sudden there's 28. Everybody just shows up at the last second.
Yeah.
But you guys put on a great race, man, right down to the last lap again. Unfortunately, it ends under yellow, but it's still great watching Brian and Graham kind of tussle it out. And you were up front all day, starting in 11th, finishing in 3rd. I mean, what's the view like from the track?
It was a good race, man. It was exciting because, I mean, those guys were up, all the contenders were up front most of the race. I don't know what happened to Denny and to Brian there at the end. But yeah, it was fun. Or Brian Lavelle, I didn't know what happened to him, but
they got caught up in a tussle. Denny bumped him and it looked clean, but it just, the accordion effect sort of just bent everybody out of shape. They got tangled.
That's for that. Those guys. That's a long season to come down to this.
Yeah.
Last race, and then there at the end, I had an eye on Graham, and I mean he was there right there, and Brian was right there, and so it was fun. It's fun pushing them guys, and try to help them, and Brian was trying to go around Randy, and I was like, dude, if you just stay where you are, you'll win. But it was fun. It was a fun race. Congrats to Randy for winning the race, and congrats to Brian to winning the championship. Well deserved, both of them.
Yeah, it was fun. Definitely fun to watch. A great race as always. A couple of yellows, but no big deal. Even the green flag pitting, like I'm always on the edge of my seat, no matter how many times I watch you guys do this stuff. Just flawless every time. There's a couple of mishaps, but flawless every time. Is there? Yeah. When you're not in the championship like that, are you looking to help certain people, or are you just running a race like they don't even exist?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I try to run the race to win the race, but when it gets to, there's a certain point in the race where you're like, okay, I'm not going to win, so I'm going to try to help somebody. So, and normally it's the person that's in front of me. That's who I try to help, so, but yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, I'll be honest with you, it was tough. Following Brian, because I don't know if you've seen that truck. It's as ugly as they come.
Yep.
Well, the reason I say that is because I'm from Ohio. He's from Texas.
Oh.
And Ohio State and Texas play in the first game of college football. So, and Ohio State beat them last time to go to the national championship. So, we've been giving each other crap for the last year.
That's what sports is for, man.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That's it, dude. Yeah, man. Well, we'll move up the list here on the podium. So, yeah, if you want to do your thing, I'll let you do your thing.
Yeah, thanks to you guys, for broadcasting. Enjoy watching them later. And then thanks to Graham putting this season on. This was a really good series, very competitive, so a lot of fun. And thanks to my teammates, that helped me. Had a really good season in the trucks. I mean, they didn't no championship, but I had a really good season. So thanks to those guys for all their help. But that's about it. So there's the champ right now. So congrats, Brian, on the championship, bud.
Appreciate that.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Thanks, Ken. Have a good night, bud.
You too.
Yeah, Brian, just talking to Ken about that, how we were I'm watching you and Graham's in front of you, and we're getting into the closing portion of this thing. Not to mention, that's just the last couple laps, not to mention the flawless pit stops you guys had to make on the way up to that point. Like, just tell us about the race, because it was a great race as always. And then last race too, the last lap little mishap there got you into the Final Four to be able to be here now, winning the thing. Right place, right time.
Yes, sir. I mean, I was kind of mid-pack most of the race. I actually lost a drive at one point, so I got saved by a caution. But, it's just about track position at the end, because, you get less than 5 to go. You're not going to pass 10 people, so definitely got to put yourself in a spot to win it.
Yeah, were you afraid of Graham maybe pulling the same move and trying a different line to catch you? Or because you were behind him, separated by one car, moved a lane up, were able to get in front, and now you're kind of both in that same spot where he could try to pull a move, and then there's a yellow, and you don't have that extra couple laps now because it's going to end under yellow. Like, did that affect strategy at all?
I mean, yes and no. I'm more of a middle lane, high lane guy. I don't really care for the low lane, so usually any opportunity I can get out of it, I try to do it. And you kind of just opened up, and it worked out.
Yeah, right on, man. Well, congratulations. Yeah, like I said, the last race too was awesome to see. Kind of like it's not awesome to see guys get wrecked out, but when you're on that bubble and then you get in and then you come here tonight and you win the thing, that's pretty sweet. Like, it just shows, the race isn't over till it's over.
Yeah, this format is without being point based about where you finished, makes it a little more tougher because you're not leading laps or most laps or whatever. So, you kind of just have to kind of make the right moves at the right time. Really just hope for the best.
Yeah, well, it worked out in your favor today, man. So congratulations. Yeah, I'll let you, if you want to thank who you want to thank and do your spiel, the floor is yours.
I want to thank PRL and Graham, first of all, for putting this on. It's a really fun series, a lot of competitive drivers. Of course, you, Blaine, and all the broadcasts kind of brings light to all the racing we do and the competitiveness and all that. And I want to thank my wife, first of all, second of all, third of all, for letting me do this on night times. And, she didn't give me crap about it.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and I definitely want to thank my teammates. It's a great group of guys, and I'm definitely lucky to have them. And I want to thank Rodney for all the help, and especially for all the paint. Solon's paint. He paints every car I got, so keeps me looking good, man.
Yeah, he's top tier, man. That's great, man. Yeah, congratulations again on winning the championship, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you again. It's not the first time, and it won't be the last time.
That's the plan, brother.
Thanks, Brian. Have a good night.
Hey, and I wanted to tell Randy congratulations on that win. It was real close, but he pulled it out.
Thank you, Brian. Congratulations to you, man. I'm
Thanks,
sorry
man.
I raced you so hard, but I thought you were going to stay behind me, and I knew if you got by me, I was going to go straight back to about 9th or 10th. I knew they were all going to stay with you.
It is all good, man. It's racing.
Yeah, man.
Congratulations. You had a great year, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Brian. Have a good night.
You too, Blaine. Take care.
Randy Waugh winning the race, leading all the most of the laps, not all the laps, but yeah, man. It's so crazy to watch these things week to week and how quickly stuff can happen. I'm trying to predict what's going to happen, and here we are again talking to you in the winner's circle about pulling Brian Rawson along with you to the championship, and then both of you guys doing dueling burnouts. And I don't know where to put the camera. I'm sure Corey was digging it though.
Oh yeah, he'll love this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I hate, man. I was leading the points almost all season, and then I had one bad race, and it happened to be the first race of the playoffs and put me out. But
yeah,
it's one of the best seasons I've had, and it's been fun. I mean, great competition out there, man. And like I said, I knew if Brian got by me that I was probably going to drop to about 5th, 6th, because he had several guys behind him helping him.
Yeah, you think that's more of a, because I mean the championship guys aren't going to want to help each other at all. They're going to need help to kind of pass each other. So it's kind of a choice of like, who do you want to assist in possibly winning a championship?
Yeah, it's a hard decision sometime. But I knew Brian, if he stayed behind me, he's still going to win the championship, and I thought that's what he's going to do because we were ahead of everybody, and then he tried to get around me, and I said, I want to get on the podium. So I'm glad I didn't wreck him or anything like that. It was fun racing him.
You know, it's always fun. Like, you never know what you guys are going to do. It's always one of those things where it's never going to come down to an easy win. You know, you're always going to be racing each other. We know you're going to be.
Oh yeah, and if you got a chance to win, it's hard to give that up. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, and Brian's going for the championship, so he's not probably going to fight super hard to win the race. He just wants to be able to finish in front of those other guys. But you never know, right? I mean, why not win everything? Why not win the race and the championship and you lock down everything?
Yeah, well, he tried to get around me a couple times. I blocked him, and I'm just glad I didn't wreck him.
Yeah,
it was a lot
great.
of fun.
Now, did the yellow coming out affect anything that you were planning?
No, actually, I thought they were all going to just stay behind me, and we were going to finish like we were. And then he tried to get around me and everything. I thought, well, I have to defend this a little bit. Then the caution came out, and I think if that caution hadn't come out, they probably would have gotten by me another lap or so.
Yeah, I always wonder what would happen if we had that extra lap. You know, you're thinking, okay, because everybody's got a plan in their head of like, what am I going to do? Because there's 4 laps left. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then the yellow comes out and you're like, oh, yeah, well, that's not going to work. You know, instant change of plans.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You have to think on the fly, man. And a lot of times, if you take too long to think, you're going to miss your opportunity.
Yeah. Oh, I was just
that
looking
happened
at
to
that
me earlier in the
replay.
race. I had a chance to jump up in lane, and I waited a little too late and didn't have room anymore, so I got stuck on the bottom.
I was just looking at the replay of the race back. That was really close, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That, let me see if I can pull this up.
Yeah, that last block I put on was a little closer than I wanted it to be. I didn't realize he is that close to me.
Yeah, it's funny how I forget about the... I gotta get the free cam up so I can get a better look at it. Because the race isn't done, right? Because we've got to go around to the checkered flag.
Right, yeah, on that caution, we were racing back I knew that was going to be the race.
But yeah, this is the race, and we were watching it. Yeah, that was really close. Holy moly. That's how you do it. And that's crazy, too, to see the push. Because Ken is locked right onto the bumper of the 6, pushing him. And he couldn't get you. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the photo finish 1 lap before the checker. Because I'm just watching the stats, right? I say, okay, Wah first, Ross in second. And not realizing how close that actually was. Awesome.
Oh, yeah. See, and they decided to get around me, so if caution hadn't come out, he probably would have won it, because I would have fallen back.
Yeah, maybe. It's always
it
the
was a close
what
finish.
ifs. Yeah, we're looking at it right now in the replay. I'm just like, oh wow, that is super, super close. That's pretty awesome. Always love us a good photo finish.
Well, yeah, I hope the audience enjoyed it. I know I did.
Yeah, I did. The championship goes to Rawson. The win goes to Wah. Next year, you coming back next season to race this, because this was season 5. I can't believe it's up to season 5 already. Primetime Truck Series.
Yeah, because we have, about 4 or 5 seasons in 1 year?
Yeah, you're doing 14. I think this was race 14 or 15. I think it's 15,
I believe so.
but I think they run 12 regular season races and then 3 playoff races.
Yeah. And we start again week after next.
You take 1 week off.
1 week break.
Wow. Well, that's it then. Get your rest because we're going racing, I guess, in a couple of weeks. Season number 6 coming at you.
Yep, I'm gonna try to go for that championship. I haven't gotten one yet, and I've come as close as I've come so far.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it again next year.
Yeah, well, it's somebody's got to win it, man. So if you're not there working on it, it can't happen. So we'll be watching, that's for sure. Sounds like we'll be watching. They seem to like Tarnation TV over here.
Oh yeah, I love Tarnation TV, and I hear you're teaming up with Seth for Thursday nights, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. I was talking about it a bit at the start of this. How Rolling Thunder approached me, and they were like, "We got a proposition," and I'm like, "What?" they're gonna move away from FRN, and they're gonna get Tarnation TV to do the broadcasting, but with the FRN broadcasters. So I'll be on the mic, but I'll just let the boys do what they do, and I'll chime in a little bit, but I'll be able to sit back and really concentrate on running the broadcast. Might even be able to up the production a bit too, because if I'm able to just sort of focus on what they're saying and then make stuff happen, I can probably do more things. It's definitely going to be exciting. I'm pumped to be able to do it. I've been working on some stuff, and I hope it flies. It's going to be pretty neat.
Yeah, I love your graphics and stuff.
Thank you.
Put a lot of the good stuff in there.
Yeah, I'm trying to come up
camera
with some new
angles
stuff.
and all that. Man.
Oh, camera angles tonight were wild. Hopefully you got not a queasy stomach. I was getting pretty crazy with some of the drone swoops and stuff under the Crank It Up. I was flying around, bouncing off the roofs of cars and stuff, but it's a lot of fun, and I'm surprised people like it that much, especially for RTG to want to move away from FRN and use me and Rod, and whatever they need, we'll hook them up. They are the big league.
Yeah,
and the Thursday series too. That's one of their biggest series. I mean, they need to knockout qualify every week.
Yep, everybody comes over there.
Yeah, it should be.
I started out great over there. I was leading the points after like 3 or 4 weeks, and then I had a couple bad races and just fell like a rock.
Because they do long seasons, eh? They're like
they're pretty long.
20, 30 races or something.
I'm not sure exactly how many, but there's quite a few. There's more than there is over here.
Yeah. That's the great thing about all the different leagues. Everybody's got they've all got different setups, and they've all got different schedules, and it'll be neat to see what happens over there with the broadcasting now that we're in charge of it. So, but yeah, man. Well, this was your win, and we're talking about this other stuff. So, yeah, the microphone is yours. Thank you. You got to think, and I'll probably go to bed.
All right, thanks, Blaine. Just shout out to my sons Christian and Corey, my grandsons Adrian, Asher, and Asa. Shout out to Brian Ross for the championship. Shout out to Graham for running a good league. It's been fun. And Corey, we got another win.
That's
hope
it.
we can keep it up.
Yep, keep those wins coming. Awesome, Randy, man. Thanks for joining us, and congratulations on the win.
Thanks a lot. You have a good one.
Thanks. You too. There it is. Randy Waugh, your race winner for this evening. Congratulations to Brian Rawson and the number 6 for being able to clinch that championship and be the last one standing. We brought 4 into this race, and he was the first one. He was in front of all the other 3. That's how that works. Knockout playoffs. Always exciting right down to the last lap. Trying to keep track of all that stuff is super cool. So yeah, thanks to my dog for barking a lot. Hopefully that didn't startle anybody. Unfortunately, the wife had to get out of bed. She had to wake up and let her out. I couldn't drop the broadcast. Especially, I've done it before, but when we're 10 laps to go or 15 laps to go, I can't walk away from that, especially in a championship race. Thank you so much to Primetime Racing League for liking what we do here at Tarnation TV, that they hired us up to do the Friday series playoffs. Make sure you tune in tomorrow to Flat Out Racing Network. They are broadcasting here at Primetime Racing for the Saturday series. I think it's the Saturday Speedway series. I can't remember. I've broadcasted that one too. There's so many different leagues and series. Yeah, Primetime operates Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We broadcast on Friday. Flat Out Racing broadcasts on the Saturday. Of course, thanks everybody for watching on the YouTube channel. The fact that people watch this is so cool. Stay tuned to the channel. We'll be back here on Sunday at SMO Gaming Simulations. They are running it's a points race. It's part of their season, but it is the 15th annual Hawk Tribute at Michigan International Speedway. I'll be here with Rod Weston calling that race live. And then Tuesday, we go back with Maverick to what track? I can't remember. Let's pull up my Maverick schedule. Schedule La Maverick. Oh yeah, Michigan. We're just doing Michigan all week apparently. We're at Michigan with SMO. We're at Michigan with Maverick. And that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, thanks everybody for what you do, and it's been a slice. Congratulations to Randy Waugh and Brian Rawson for the wins. And as always, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Keep your stick on the ice.